$10 to place. 15.05 and 7.10 on horse number 11 for winning Dance and Prospector. For running second, horse number 5, Dream Lake, paid $3.20, $3.20. Third was horse number 4, Cap Row Cat, who returned $2.95, $2.95. The exacta of 11 and 5 paid $209.55, $209.55. If you had a trifecta of 11, 5, and 4, you're entitled to collect $1,978. $1,978. The superfecta of 11, 5, 4, and 9. That's in Prospector, Dream Lake, Cap Row Cat, and Hunter. Rent a begging, and that there's a superfecta carryover of some $2,232.70. $2,232.70 is superfecta carryover following the running of race number 3. Just about 8 minutes on the clock to the run of the afternoon's fourth race. Time for tips in Dash for Cash.
And now it's time for your tips in Dash for Cash with Lyndon Yard.
And we're on to the Blackbird handicap, Blackbead handicap. For 3 years and older horses rated 45 to 27, going the distance of 1,570 meters. The purse is $13,500, already on track. Going down is horse number 13, and this is High Velocity, owned by John Patrick Drake. This is Gloria Drake, Lowell Rollins, and Aldith Rollins. Ridden by Antonio Perch, 127 pounds for trainer Andrew Nunez, and High Velocity is fitted with blinkers. Let's pick up horse number 7. This is none other than Alexandria, owned by Nature Fun Ranch, trained by Anthony Gill. Ridden by Jamali Farrell, 125 minus 7, 118. He picks up 4 pounds overweight, 122 pounds, and Alexandria is fitted with a tongue tie. Now about to lead the parade ring is the Inform horse number 15, Impeachment, racing in the colors of Mr. RJ, trained by Richard Dean, ridden by Ray Williams, 128 pounds with a tongue tie. Number 1, now about to come out onto track. This is none other than Super Heights, owned by Keyshawn Greenwich and Ramar Simmons, trained by Victor Cheeseman, ridden by Aaron Daniel, 116 pounds, and Super Heights rears blinkers. Behind Super Heights is horse number 2, Kitten. This is the property of Mrs. Gay Smith, trained by Edward Walker Jr., ridden by Anthony Bishop, 125 pounds, and Kitten is fitted with a tongue tie. Remember, horse number 3, Sid, is a scratch. Number 4, now coming out onto the track, is Quality Star, owned by Levi Cadogan, trained by Victor Cheeseman, ridden by Ricky Walker, 121 pounds. The equipment to be used, blinkers and a nasal dilator. We are going to pick up horse number 8, 17 million US, the property of Adam Dean, trained by Richard Dean, ridden by Anderson Trotman, 126 pounds is the weight. Behind, we're going to pick up horse number 14. This is none other than Nala, owned by Mrs. Gay Smith, trained by Edward Walker Jr. Kemar Chase is aboard, 118 pounds is the weight on Nala, who is fitted with a tongue tie. Behind Nala, now about to take off, is horse number 16, Oberoi, trained by Robert Pierce, ridden by Eric Daniel, 120 pounds, blinkers and tongue-tied equipment. This is the property of Melrose Racing. Right behind is horse number 17, Stablemate. This is Mildred of the Sky, owned by Melrose Racing, trained by Romel Lovell, ridden by Enrico Prescott, 123 pounds. The equipment to use a tongue-tie and cheap pieces. And just about to exit the parade ring, last but not least, this is horse number 10, Social Circle, with Rashid used aboard, 120 pounds is the weight, a tongue tie and a nasal dilator, his equipment. Well, my love is your trainer, and this is the third runner here for Melrose Racing. This race offers Parry Forecast and the Trifecta. It's also a Superfecta event. There is a Superfecta carryover of some $2,032 and $2,232.70. And that's a carryover from the last Superfecta. And this race offers a Superfecta as well. So, it's a very competitive race. The Inform horse is horse number 15, Impeachment. But I'm going to go for a victory over horse number 13, High Velocity. And there is some going is firm, and that is maybe something against her. However, presently on the board, horse number 13, just ready for the board to change over, is in at 3-1. So I'm going for John Patrick Drake, Gloria Drake, Lowell Rollins, and Aldith Rollins to get the victory here with High Velocity for trainer Andrew Busher Nunez and jockey Antonio Perch, horse number 13. Impeachment, the Inform horse, very good form. 5th, 3rd, 5th, 1st, 4th, 1st, 2nd, and 1st. Looks for another win, which will be win number 4 in his last 6 starts, if he can be successful here. I'm going to place him on my second line with the Ray Williams up. The weight of 128 pounds is my question mark, despite the fact that he's won with 126. And he's also won with 128 pounds, going 1,570 meters. Then defeating Oberoi and Social Circle, who reopposes here. So that form definitely should stand the test of time for horse number 15, Impeachment, who falls on my second line. On my third line, I'm going to flick a dice. I take horse number 1, Super Heights, at 11 to 1 and 11 years old. Aaron Daniels aboard, 116 pounds, will come running towards the end of the race. 81 career starts, 13 victories, 8 seconds, and 11 thirds falls on my third line. To round up my 4, I'm going to look for a price. So I'm going to bypass quite a few. I'm going to come right back to horse number 10, Social Circle. Present on the board at 5 to 2. So no price on Social Circle in my superfecta of this event. So I'm taking 13, 15 along with horse number 1. And to round out that bet, I'm going to take horse number 10. Good luck. Join me for race number 5. And before we do that, just let me give you the odds. Super Heights is in at 12 to 1. 14s on horse number 2, Kitten. Quality Star, horse number 4 is at 12 to 1. Alexandra, horse number 7, Alexandria, is in at 33 to 1. 7 to 1 on horse number 8, 17 million US. Remember, the Soca 6 is over 47,100 to be exact. Social Circle, horse number 10, is present on board at 5 to 2. 5 to 2 also on horse number 13, High Velocity. Nala, horse number 14, for the Gay Smith Barn is in at the decent odds of 14 to 1. 9 to 5 favorite, horse number 15, Impeachment. Oberoi, horse number 16, is at the handsome odds of 15 to 1. And if you're looking for a long shot, I'm not sure it's live, but it's on the outside. Mirror of the Sky will offer you $23 for every dollar that you wager. Good luck. And just in case you're wondering, we started at $47,100, 165 tickets. It dwindled considerably to 22. And since the running of race number 3, it has dwindled even further. It is ducked to 2 live tickets. $47,100. And there are 2 live tickets standing.
And welcome back to the Garrison. The horses are at the start for race number 4. And Philip, you have the latest odds.
Yes, please. Horse number 1 is Super Height, and he's in the betting at 13 to 1. Horse number 2, Kitten, is in the betting at 15 to 1. Horse number 4, Quality Star, is in at 12 to 1. Horse number 7 is in at 34 to 1. Horse number 8 is in at 6 to 1. Horse number 10 is in at 3 to 1. Horse number 13 is also in at 3 to 1. Horse number 14, Nala, is also in at 12 to 1. 2 to 1 favorite is Impeachment with Rare Williams aboard. 13 to 1 on Oberoi. And 24 to 1 on horse number 17, Mirror of the Sky. Over to you.
Thank you, Philip. We just have a couple more outside. They've all gone behind. I can see Quality Star is still outside. Pre-race favorite, Impeachment. And one who seems to be getting a bit of trouble down there is Alexandria. This one returns to racing after quite a bit of a layoff. And they're now going to load up Impeachment.
Who's been in very good form of recent.
And Quality Star.
Was has fallen off a bit in terms of form. So quickly,
Impeachment now will be the last to be loaded.
your call.
Just wait for impeachment. The running star's orders, lights flashing, and away to go. And it's a little bit of bumping as they leave the shooter come on to the main course to this social circle, who's going to set the early fractions. Coming across from the outside, showing lots of speed is Oberoi. Also, there's Quality Star. Mirror of the Sky is coming up on the outside, three-way, pulling double is Oberoi. Impeachment is scraping ground on the inside. Then on the inside is High Velocity in the striped jacket. Behind these is Super Heights. Then there's Nala, 17 million US, Kitten, and the black marker is Alexandria. The opening quarter, 25-1. The head off down the back stretch, and Social Circle is the leader by half a length from Quality Star. Impeachment races in third. Stalking these is High Velocity. Towards the outside of that one is Mirror of the Sky, the long shot. A break of 5 before we get to Oberoi and Super Heights, who races the team, 17 million US. Anderson Trotman asking this one to get closer. They've got just about 3 furlongs to go, and it is Social Circle who leads from Quality Star. Impeachment, Ray Williams sitting absolutely statuesque. Super Heights is picking them up and putting them down as they come to the quarter pole. It is still Social Circle in front. From on the outside, Impeachment. Super Heights comes with 3 wide into the stretch, and there are no more turns. And it's Social Circle under right hand drive on the outside. Super Heights trying to close. It is Social Circle from Super Heights. Mirror of the Sky between horses runs a big race, but it's Social Circle who's going to get home. Wins it now just by 3 parts of a length from Mirror of the Sky. Then Super Heights, High Velocity rounds out the top 4. Disappointing Impeachment finishes 5th, and the winner came home in 137-1. In a moment, recap for you.
So we have a winning time on the board, 137 1/5 for the running of the Blackbird Handicap, as we await the unofficial results to be posted on the board.
Lights flashing, and away to go. And it's a little bit of bumping as they leave the shooter come on to the main course to this Social Circle, who's going to set the early fractions. Coming across from the outside, showing lots of speed is Oberoi. Also, there's Quality Star. Mirror of the Sky is coming up on the outside, three-way, pulling double is Oberoi. Impeachment is scraping ground on the inside. Then on the inside is High Velocity in the striped jacket. Behind these is Super Heights. Then there's Nala, 17 million US, Kitten, and the black marker is Alexandria. The opening quarter, 25-1. The head off down the back stretch, and Social Circle is the leader by half a length from Quality Star. Impeachment races in third. Stalking these is High Velocity. Towards the outside of that one is Mirror of the Sky, the long shot. A break of 5 before we get to Oberoi and Super Heights, who races the team, 17 million US. Anderson Trotman asking this one to get closer. They've got just about 3 furlongs to go, and it is Social Circle who leads from Quality Star. Impeachment, Ray Williams sitting absolutely statuesque. Super Heights is picking them up and putting them down as they come to the quarter pole. It is still Social Circle in front. From on the outside, Impeachment. Super Heights comes with 3 wide into the stretch, and there are no more turns. And it's Social Circle under right hand drive on the outside. Super Heights trying to close. It is Social Circle from Super Heights. Mirror of the Sky between horses runs a big race, but it's Social Circle who's going to get home. Wins it now just by 3 parts of a length from Mirror of the Sky. Then Super Heights, High Velocity rounds out the top 4. Disappointing Impeachment finishes 5th. Social Circle in.
While we wait for the winner to come back, this is an urgent call for Stephen Bino. You are asked to report to the stores. Stephen Bino, you are asked to report to the stores. As we look downstairs, a 1-2 for Melrose Racing. And here comes the 1-2, the winner and the second place horse of race number 4. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. I'll give a rousing round of applause for the winner. Horse number 10, Social Circle, with Reese Odell in the middle, the entire entourage. Confidently ridden to victory by champion jockey, 5 times champion jockey Rashid Hughes. Took along 121 pounds. This is a 6-year-old bay horse by Janat out of Full Circle. Owned by Melrose Racing, trained by Rommel Lovell, and ridden by Rashid Hughes, 122. Finishing second was stablemate, horse number 17, Impeachment. So 1-2 here for trainer Rommel Perkins Lovell. So Ralph will have a good drink tonight. This horse number 17, Mirror of the Sky, a 5-year-old bay mare by Rockamador out of Stream Kid, owned by Melrose Racing, trained by Rommel Lovell, and ridden to that position by Enrico Busboy Prescott, 123. Third went to horse number 1, Super Heights. At 11 years old, this bay horse by Super Jabla out of Aquarius Star finished third for trainer Victor Cheeseman under jockey Aaron Daniel, took along 116 pounds. Owned by Keyshawn Greenidge and Remar Simmons. And finishing fourth was your second favorite horse, number 13, High Velocity, a 5-year-old bear mare by Happy Memories out of Rebound, owned by John Patrick Drake, Gloria Drake, Lowell Rollins, and Aldith Rollins, trained by Andrew Nunez, ridden by Anthony Perch, 127 pounds. 10, 17, 1, and 13 in a winning time of 137 and 1/5. Congratulations to the winning groom, Jabari Whittington, as Melrose Racing continue to do exceptionally well. 22 minutes on the clock to the running of the afternoon's 5th race. We're going down the home stretch. I'll give you some information on that Soca 6 sequence shortly. Remember, we started at 265. We had a massive drop to 22. And then I would say a steadier drop down to 2. So I will inform you momentarily going forward where we stand. With that being said, it's that time of the afternoon, time where we celebrate. So if you're celebrating some good news, if you're celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, good exam results, whatever you're celebrating, it's that time of the afternoon. So, first of all, we want to say a special welcome to all of you who are visiting the Garrison Savannah for the first time. Those of you who are also in Barbados for the first time, hope that you are enjoying your day at the races. And we want to make special mention to Hannah Matthias Williams. She's here along with Richard Davies. Also spending some time is Neil M. Williams. So they have made it from White Sands apartment all the way up to the Garrison Savannah. So I want to welcome you to the Garrison Savannah. This is Hannah Matthias Williams and Richard Davies on your one of many occasions. Hope that you will be back here with us at the Garrison Savannah, and hope that you are enjoying what's on show. Well, indeed, I hope that you have some success and maybe your ticket is alive in the Soca 6. And those of you who celebrated your birthday this week or during the coming week or last week, you join today the birthday of Luke Manlove. Luke Manlove celebrates his birthday today. And tomorrow, Sunday the 29th, is the birthday of Jalissa Calendar. Jalicia Calendar. So we want to wish both of them happy birthday, and those of you who would have celebrated your birthday this week or next week coming up ahead, a special happy birthday. Egan?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
And many more happy birthdays to those of you who are celebrating this month and in the coming weeks up ahead. From all of us here at the Barbados Turf Club, we wish you a happy birthday. 18 minutes on the clock to the running of race number 5. Remember, racing continue next Saturday, the 4th of February, with the staging of the Valentine's Race Day. Entries for that race day, until Valentine's Race Day, will close at the office of the Barbados Turf Club this coming Monday, the 30th, at approximately 10 a.m. Entries for the Barbados Turf Club 4th day of its first racing season for 2023 will close this coming Monday at the office of the Barbados Turf Club at 10 a.m. And that race day will be contested on Saturday, February the 4th. So we're on the topic, let's talk cash. Mega 6. The Mega 6 jackpot to be drawn tonight stands at $410,000. $410,000 to be drawn tonight, Saturday the 28th of January. You can also purchase a Super Lotto ticket, which will be drawn on Tuesday the 31st of January. The Super Lotto jackpot stands at $6,070,000. $6,070,000. Top up your phones, get your scratch tickets. All the games are readily available over by the drill hall or indeed inside by the grandstand. And you can also get your double draw tickets for the remaining draws today. Get your double draw tickets for the remaining lottery draws today, your scratch tickets, and you can also top up your phones inside by the grandstand or over by the drill hall. The finish line bar is fully stocked, plenty to eat, and many good things to drink. It's a warm day, so you want to quench your thirst. The finish line bar is located to the right at the entrance of the grandstand, the right to the entrance of the grandstand, the finish line bar, and you can help yourself to something to eat and drink. If you go to the left, you will find Naz's bar. There's also Jonathan Simpson bar, owners and trainers bar upstairs, where you can get plenty to drink. And by Naz bar, there's plenty to eat and drink as well. So there's plenty of food and drink available right inside the confines of the historic Garrison Savannah. 15 minutes on the clock to the running of race number 5. Go ahead, Go ahead, George. Your attention. In race number 7, horse number 4, Too Majestic, will now be ridden by jockey Lester Edwards. Race number 7, horse number 4, Too Majestic, to be ridden by jockey Lester Edwards in the nightcap. This page is for TV technician Anthony Hutchinson. You're asked to report to the control room. TV technician Anthony Hutchinson. You're asked to report to the control room. "11 minutes on the clock to the running of the afternoon's 5th race. On a beautiful day for horse racing in Barbados. The news is good news. First there was 265, then there was 22, then there were 2, now they're down to 1. So some lucky person is sitting pretty chilly on $44,000 with another 3 races to go. Good luck to that individual. Let me give you the payments and the official order of finish for that race. The winner horse number 10, Social Circle, paid $4.20 to win, $175 to place, $4.20 and $175 on horse number 10, Social Circle. For winning second, the horse number 17, Mirror of the Sky, paid $5.40, $5.40. Super Heights, horse number 1, was third. He returned $3.80, $3.80. The exacta of 10 and 17, Social Circle and Mirror of the Sky, returned $156.10, 156.10. The trifecta of 10, 17, and 1, Social Circle, Super Heights, and, Social Circle, Mirror of the Sky, and Super Heights. If you play it combined, you are entitled to collect $2,028.50, $2,028.50. The superfecta of 10, 17, 1, and 13 paid at 50 cents. $4,159.25. If you had 10, 17, 1, and 13 at a stake of 50 cents, you're entitled to collect $4,159.25. That one lucky ticket, Soca 6, is sitting chilly on $47,000. Good luck. Time for tips in Dash for Cash.
And now it's time for your tips in Dash for Cash with Lyndon Yard.
Well, this is a very good competitive race to start fresh, since many of us don't have that $47,000 going forward. That shouldn't deter us from having a wager. This is a very good betting race. The final superfecta on today's card is the Wootton Bassett handicap. It goes a distance of 1,570 meters for 3-year-olds and older horses, rated 85 to 67, and open to those rated 66 and below. The purse is $17,000. Number 1 is Renier, owned by Stephen Kelman, trained by Hayden Nichols. Remember Shaquille Bellamy, 104 pounds, having claimed 7 and put back at 1 pound over it, 104 on number 1, Renier. Number 3, AP Asnavar, owned by Luther G. Miller III and his wife Susan Miller. Ridden by Aaron Daniel, carries 110 minus 7 plus 8, 111 pounds. Victor Cheeseman is your trainer of horse number 3, AP Asnavar, who is fitted with blinkers and a nasal dilator. Number 4 is Despoiled Child, who's taken entries to the Tanglewood, owned by Claudia Earwood, trained by Richard Dean, ridden by Antonio Bishop, 116 plus 2, 118 pounds. Tough Rags will make his racing debut here in Barbados. This is a 4-year-old gelding by Union Rise out of Mambo Bell, owned by Steve Samaru, trained by William Clark. Anderson Trotman will ride at 113 pounds. That's 3 pounds over the 110 weight. Looking at his form, he's had 6 starts at Woodbine, all at Woodbine. And he has best place of a second on the 21st of July. Then he had a third, the 4th of September, and made an optional claiming races at Woodbine from 6 career starts. So he makes his local racing debut here for trainer William Clark, jockey Anderson Trotman, and owner Steve Samaru. This is horse number 5, Tough Rags. Over the page, horse number 6, Undisputed, in the colors of Fearsome Foursome, trained by Andrew Nils. Rhea Williams is aboard. 116 pounds is the weight on horse number 6, Undisputed. The 7 is Rapunzel's Dream, owned by Darwin Clark and Paul Doughty, trained by Kenny John. Enrico Prescott will ride at 122 pounds, and Rapunzel's Dream is fitted with blinkers and a tongue tie. Number 8, Zaid, is the property of John Mark Cozier. He's also the trainer. Ridden by Ricky Walcott, 110 pounds. Equipment, a tongue tie, and a nasal dilator. War Eagle is horse number 9, owned by KNC Stables, trained by Victor Cheeseman. Ridden by Rashid Hughes, 127 pounds, blinkers, and a nasal dilator, his equipment. The informed Cabito is horse number 10, owned and trained by Roger Pavacino, ridden by Darryl Crony, who's already won 1 on the card. 115 minus 7 gives him 108 plus 3 plus 2. 110 pounds on horse number 10, Caballito. Nilos will defend his Tanglewood Stakes. Takes a shot here. Owned by Box 2, trained by Kenny John, ridden by Anthony Perch. 127 pounds. The equipment to be used is blinkers. And on the outside, Solar Kitten is owned by Darwin Clark, trained by Kenny John. Tishon Hazelwood, the champion jockey of 2022, is aboard. 123 pounds. And Solar Kitten is fitted with blinkers and a tongue tie. As I said, this is the final Superfecta event on the afternoon's card. This race also offers Pari Forecast and Trifecta. The third leg of the Pick 4 and the fourth leg of the Soca 6 with 1 ticket alive. I'm going to pick a win here For horse number 12, Solar Kitten on the outside. 7-year-old Beermere has 2 starts in Barbados, finishing 7th first outing, then came back, went going the same trip, 1,570 meters, which is the identical trip they go again today, and finished second on that occasion. A much improved run when following Sir Jimmy home. Had the spoiled child behind her on that occasion. So I'm upgrading this one from the second to the win here for owner Darwin Clark, trainer Kenny John, and jockey Tishon Hazelwood 123. On my second line, I'm going to take horse number 5, Tough Rags. If he's as tough as I believe he really ought to be, then at 110 pounds plus 3, 113 pounds, really ought to make light work of this field. This is his first time on the Garrison Savannah, so he's going in the opposite direction. He has a crowd close to him, several variables that could come into play. But, as I always say, if you're a professional athlete, you're supposed to get the job done. Falls on my second line here for Steve Samaru, trainer William Clark, and jockey Anderson Trotman. On my third line, I'm going to go for Cabito. Actually, I'm going to switch that around. Go for horse number 8, Zaid. Lightweight of 110 pounds, 3 career starts, 2 victories, and the second steps up with tougher company. But I think he's shown some ability and looks a classy individual by Kimberly, out of Kimberly Light, and looks a very classy individual. And I'm going to pencil him in on my third line. To complete my 4, I'm going to take horse number 10, Cabito, with a weight of 110 pounds with Daryl Coney. Has been in good form. Last 2 starts victorious. If he could go through his form for the year, last year, I should say. First, second, first, fourth, second, first, your pick. I'm putting him on my 4th line. 12, 5, 8, and 10 in race number 5. We have 1 minute on the clock. I'm sure that will be adjusted. And for that individual who's sitting on $47,000, I just want to wish you all the best. From the top, Rainier, horse number 1. We're last seen in the betting. No shows at 18 to 1, 28 to 1 on horse number 3, AP Asnavor. Despoiled Child, horse number 4, as the board changes, is now at 8 to 1 shot. 13 to 1 on horse number 5, Tough Rags. Undisputed number 6 with Ray Williams in the irons is presently on the board at 6 to 1. Also at 6 to 1 is horse number 7, Rapunzel's Dream. Zaid, horse number 8 with Ricky Walcott in the irons. 110 pounds is the weight. 2 to 1 favorite. 4 to 1 on horse number 9, War Eagle. Cabito, number 10, is a 4 to 1 shot. 12 to 1 on horse number 11, Nilos. And 20 to 1 long shot, Solar Kitten. Horse number 12 drawn on the outside. We have an adjusted time of 5 minutes on the clock to the running of race number 5. After this, the feature race comes a calling.
And thank you very much. Welcome back to the Garrison, where the horses are at the start for race number 5, the Wooton Bassett handicap, going a distance of 1570 meters. And Philip, you have the eyes on them?
Yes, please, I do. Horse number 1 in at 13 to 1 in the betting is Rene, being ridden by Shaquille Bellamy with the weight of 104 pounds. Horse number 2 is scratched, and we go over the page to AP Aznavour, ridden by Aaron Daniel, 111 pounds, and he is in at 13 to 1. Horse number 4 is The Spoiled Child. Antonio Bishop has the leg up this afternoon, and he's in with 118 pounds, and they are in the betting at 11 to 1. Horse number 5 is Tough Rags, ridden by Anderson Trotman. He carries the weight of 113 pounds, and they're in the betting at 13 to 1. Horse number 6 is Undisputed, in at 5 to 1 in the betting with Ray Williams. He has the leg up with 116 pounds. Horse number 7, Rapunzel's Dream, ridden by Enrico Prescott, the weight of 122 pounds, and they are in the betting. Pardon me. They're in the betting at
That's 5
to 1.
Okay. Okay, so they are all gone behind the gates. You're just looking down, and quickly, so Rene is in gate, the stall number 1, AP Aznavour. We can still see Undisputed, who's in at 5 to 1, last time I checked. And we have 2 in here for Darren Clark, and that's Solar Kitten and Rapunzel's Dream. Caballito, who's coming in some good form of recent, winning his last 2 starts, one at 1800 meters and the last one on Boxing Day going 1570 meters. And we know Caballito usually circles or he finishes quite well, so he's be a very interesting candidate here in this race. Excuse me. And you have on the outside, you have AP Aznavour, very lightweighted here. It goes in, starter raises his flag, and he sends them racing, and it's a pretty level beginning. From on the outside is Caballito, who's going to be the one showing the early pace. So tucked in along the rails is Rene. So it's Rene and Caballito. Zaid is in the middle of the track, followed by on the inside is Rapunzel's Dream, Undisputed. Then on the inside is AP Aznavour. Zaid is the next one through as Caballito goes up terribly wide. Nilos gets, who's going to benefit from that, sneaks right up along the rails and goes into about 5th position. Then we find Rapunzel's Dream, The Spoiled Child, Tough Rags, and War Eagle is at the back of affairs. That's the way they race as they begin their journey down the backstretch. And along the rails is AP Aznavour. On the outside of them is Undisputed. Rene is out there as well. Then comes Zaid, who moves ever closer. Then Nilos is there. Between horses is Rapunzel's Dream. Then Solar Kitten, Tough Rags, The Spoiled Child, and War Eagle is about 5 lengths behind The Spoiled Child as they just passed the 3 furlong pole. And it is Undisputed in front. Zaid sweeps on by. So Zaid is in front, Undisputed. Then on the outside is Rene. Nilos is also coming around as they pass the mile marker, and it is Zaid who's opened up by about 7 or 8 lengths. So he's going to bring them to the top of the lane. It's Zaid in front from Nilos. The others are going to be struggling for 3rd, 4th, and 5th position, but it is all over by the shouting. The jock, Ricky Walker, just puts away the stick and wins this one in very, very, very easy fashion. Tough Rags ran on well to be 2nd. In 3rd position was Nilos and Undisputed in 134 and 1. In a moment, the unofficial placings for you.
The final time, 134 and 1/5.
Sends them racing, and it's a pretty level beginning. From on the outside is Caballito, who's going to be the one showing the early pace. For tucked in along the rails is Rene. So it's Rene and Caballito. Zaid is in the middle of the track, followed by on the inside is Rapunzel's Dream, Undisputed. Then on the inside is AP Aznavour. Zaid is the next one through as Caballito goes up terribly wide. Nilos gets, who's going to benefit from that, sneaks right up along the rails and goes into about 5th position. Then we find Rapunzel's Dream, Despoiled Child, Tough Rags, and War Eagle is at the back of affairs. That's the way they race as they begin their journey down the backstretch. And along the rails is AP Aznavour. On the outside of them is Undisputed. Renee is out there as well. Then comes Zaid, who moves ever closer. Then Nilos is there. Between horses is Rapunzel's Dream. Then Solar Kitten, Tough Rags, Despoiled Child, and War Eagle is about 5 lengths behind Despoiled Child as they just pass the 3 furlong pole. And it is Undisputed in front. Zaid sweeps on by. So Zaid is in front, Undisputed. Then on the outside is Renee. Nilos is also coming around as they pass the mile marker, and it is Zaid who's opened up by about 7 or 8 lengths. So he's going to bring them to the top of the lane. It's Zaid in front from Nilos. The others are going to be struggling for 3rd, 4th, and 5th position, but it is all over by the shouting, the jock. Ricky Walker just puts away the stick and wins this one in very, very, very easy fashion. Tough Rags ran on well to be 2nd. In 3rd.
As we look downstairs and wait for the winner to come back, 8, Zaid, 11. And of course, horse number 11 is Nilos, 5, Tough Rags, and number 6 finished 4th, Undisputed. And a cracking good time of 1:34 and 1/5. That was something special. Now, the winner, horse number 8, Zaid, just about to be collected by the connections, which include Alicia Cozier, John Mark Cozier down there, the trainer. And here comes the winner, horse number 8, extremely impressive. This is Zaid. In only career start number 4, he has 3 victories, and this one was devastating, the manner in which he did it. And Zaid is a 3-year-old colt by Kimberly, out of Kimberly Light, owned by John Mark Cozier. He's also the trainer. The groom is Harry Carter, and was confidently ridden to victory by Ricky Walcott. Took along 110 pounds. Finishing 2nd was horse number 11, Nilos, the 2022 winner of the Tanglewood Stakes. This is a 9-year-old chestnut gelding by Jeanette of the Nile Queen. Owned by Box 2, trained by Kenny John, ridden by Anthony Perch, 127. 3rd went to horse number 5, Tough Rags, on debut. And this is a 4-year-old gelding by Union Rise with a Mambo Bell. Owned by Steve Samaru, trained by William Clark, ridden by Anderson Trotman. Took along 110 pounds, plus 3, 113. And finishing 4th was horse number 6, Undisputed. A 6-year-old bay gelding by Jeanette and Lady Constant, owned by Fearsome Foursome, trained by Andrew Nunez, ridden by Ray Williams, 116 pounds. Unofficially, 8, 11, 5, and 6. And a cracking good time of 1:34 and 1/5. Return by Zaid, who was shut down halfway up the home stretch. Up next is the afternoon's feature race, the time we've been waiting for, the Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes and Trophies, a Grade 1 event for 3 years and older horses at weight for age. The final dress rehearsal for Saturday, March 4th, Sandy Lane, Barbados Gold Cup. And an interesting newcomer here in So Suave, who's also entered for the Gold Cup. As a matter of fact, I can say that all these horses here have taken entry at the first subscription for the Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup. While we wait for that race to be made official, thank you. Will the driver of XH26 urgently attend your vehicle? The driver of XH26 parked in front of the grandstand. You are asked to urgently attend your vehicle. Race number 5, now official. Race 5 is now official. And they can give you the payments. The winner horse number 8, Zaid, paid $3.70 to win, $2 to place. $3.70 and $2 on horse number 8, Zaid. For winning second, horse number 11, Nilos, paid $3.80, $3.80. Third was horse number 5, Tough Rides on debut, paying $3.55, $3.55. The exacta of 8 and 11 paid $77.10, $77.10. The trifecta of 8, 11, and 5 paid $1,679.55. $1,679.55, the trifecta. The superfecta of 8, 11, 5, and 6 went a-begging and stands at $2,946.10. $2,946.10. The superfecta of race 5 carried over. Just about 16 minutes on the clock to the running of the afternoon's 6th race. The news as it comes to me, there was 265, there was 22, there were 2, then there was 1, and now there's none. The Soca 6 sequence carry over $47,100. So there you go. There's no winner of today's Soca 6 sequence of races 2 through 7. It all came crashing down at race number 5. And there will be a carryover of some $47,100 to be announced when that will be up for grabs. So, just goes to show this racing game. It's a very, very tough game. 14 minutes on the clock to the running of the afternoon's 6th race, the afternoon's featured event. Stay tuned. Just to give you the complete order of finish. Finishing fifth was horse number 7, Rapunzel's Dream. 6 was horse number 4, The Spoiled Child. 7th was horse number 10, Caballito. 8th was horse number 3, AP Asnavar. 9th was horse number 1, Rainier. 10th was horse number 12, Solar Kitten. And the 11th and last was horse number 9, War Eagle. 8 minutes on the clock. Time for tips in Dash for Cash.
And now it's time for your tips in Dash for Cash with Lyndon Yard.
And welcome back to the Garrison Savannah, where we're on to the afternoon's feature race. The Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes and Trophies, a Grade 1 event seen as the final dress rehearsals for this year's Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup. At stake, a purse of $50,000. This race goes 1,800 meters for 3-year-olds and older horses at weight for age. The track record is 148 and 3, held by Blaster Storm and Teddy Quill. And the starters are as follows. Number 1 is Bowley Tap, change of rider, now to be ridden by Jalon Samuel, 129 pounds. This is the property of Mark Goodrich, trained by Romel Lovell. Bowley Tap will wear blinkers and has career stats of 11 starts, 3 wins, 3 seconds, and 2 third-place finishes on horse number 1, Bowley Tap. Number 2 is the Queen of the Garrison, Jockula, owned by Mr. Darwin Clark, trained by Charles Williams, who's unbeaten as a trainer, having sent out 4 runners in his career. All 4 have returned victorious. They all clash here today in this event. And Jockula goes for a beaver trick, having won her last 3 starts by 2.5, 3 3/4, and 3/4. She has a record of 8 starts, 4 wins, 3 seconds, and 1/3 since coming to Barbados. She's ridden by Tishon Hazelwood, 123 pounds is the weight the pair goes to post with. Number 3 is Vividly, the stablemate of Jockula, owned by Jalisi Calendar and Darwin Clark and Miss Beth Koch, trained by Charles Williams, ridden by Enrico Prescott, 123 pounds. She impressively won her first start at the Garrison Savannah. Let's pick up horse number 5 as they make their way out. This is Inspired Adventure, owned by H&M, trained by Kenny John, ridden by Kyle Carter. Good to have the young man back in the irons, back in Barbados, riding 129 pounds, and Inspired Adventure is fitted with blinkers. 41 career starts, 10 victories, 5 seconds, and 11 third-place finishes. Number 6, Brilliant News, in the red sleeves, black body, red cap, is owned by Sir David Seal, ridden by Ray Williams from Andrew Nunez, 125 pounds on Brilliant News, who is fitted with a tongue tie. Brilliant News has 5 starts in Barbados, 1 victory, 3 seconds, and 1/3. The only other horse left to introduce is horse number 4, comes into your picture now. This is So Suave, 129 pounds, makes his debut here in Barbados, ridden by champion jockey Patrick Husbands. Good to have the veteran back in the irons as this bay horse prepares for the Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup. Husbands, no stranger to Garrison, 4 Gold Cup victories under his belt, 7 times winning Sovereign Award, champion jockey in Woodbine, and 8 times champion rider. Trained by John Mark Cozier, this is the property of Nalicia Cozier, So Suave. In 16 starts, he's been victorious on 6 occasions, 2 seconds, and 1/3. He trotted home his last 2 starts at a mile and a 16th, both at Woodbine, and So Suave was also claimed a victory in Gulfstream Park. So as you look at So Suave, he comes into your picture. This is your first look at him. He's here to represent Barbados in the Gold Cup. Nalicia Cozier's first time around the Garrison Savannah. The first time that we're seeing Patrick Husbands in the urn since 2018 here in Barbados. That's the field for the afternoon's featured event, the Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes and Trophy. With 6 victories under his belt, 16 career starts, he came in with Tough Rides, who ran third on debut. I'm taking So Swall to get the job done here for Nelicia Cozy and John Mark Cozy and jockey Patrick Husbands in the irons. On the board at the moment, that's your even money favorite. On my second line, I'm going to take horse number 3, Vividly, who steps up in class appreciably to tackle the top class horses, but she was simply too impressive to ignore when she won back on the 10th of December, defeating Rapunzel's Dream and Nilos. We just saw Nilos finish second. We just saw Rapunzel's Dream and also a run. But the manner in which Vividly took clear of that class was very, very impressive. She's bred in Great Britain, so Suave is bred in Ireland, and I'm thinking this is where the exacta will come from, 3-1 in the betting. To round out my 3, I'm going to take horse number 2, Jocular. Now she's gone from strength to strength with 4 victories, 3 seconds, and 1 third place finish. She's just going better and better each race. I think this is a real test for her. She's done everything asked of her, and we'll see if she can turn back So Suave. And I have a special liking for Vividly, so she falls on my third line. 4, 3, and 2 in the Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes and Trophy. The final dress rehearsal for the Gold Cup, which comes a calling on Saturday, March 4th, 2023. The horses are arriving down at the start. Let me give you from the top the odds. 5-1 on horse number 1, Bodhi Tap. 3-1 apiece on horses 2 and 3. That's Jocular and Vividly stablemates. So Suave remains your even money favorite. 12-1 outsider, Inspired Adventure. And Brilliant News is on the outside at 4-1. I'm going to throw it upstairs to the guys close to the sky.
And the horses are making their way down to the start for this, the Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes and Trophy Grade 1 Barbados 2023 edition. And it's a small field of 6, but it's a good field of 6. And the big question is, of course, for some of us, can someone beat Charles Williams other than Charles Williams? He comes in here with 2 horses who are well concerned in the betting. And horse number 2, Jocular, comes in on a hat trick of wins, unbeaten in her last 3 starts, never worse than 3rd since coming to Barbados, and partnered by reigning champion jockey Tashawn Hazelwood. But he's also represented here by horse number 3, Vividly, the mount of Enrico Prescott. Vividly has had 1 start. On that occasion, came home a very impressive winner ahead of Rapunzel's Dream and Nilos. And these 2 are both conditioned by Charles Williams. Then you have another one who's going to drop some attention, of course, is So Suave, the 6-year-old bay horse owned by Miss Nelicia Koza and trained by John Mark Koza, brought in for the Gold Cup, partnered by Patrick Husbands, and that is always going to inspire someone to go betting on this one. Brilliant News, the amount of Ray Williams for Sir David Seal, and of course anything that comes out of Hopefield Barn with some form is going to have a lot of support, and deservedly so. Inspired Adventure, he's a lightweight specialist, one may argue, but he's in here and he'll be doing his best running at the end. If they go fast enough, he'll pick up the pieces coming home. And then there's Bodhi Tap, who makes a return after a long layoff. Neil, catch your breath. It's going to be a very, very exciting race this afternoon.
Definitely, Dean. I know. I just had to make a quick run downstairs, and we can see, Dean, the crowd has grown. Bodhi Tap, number 1, is in at 5-1 to Lawrence Samuel's stride. And as you said, Dean, he has not been at the track since May 2022, and had a 2nd place to Alaria is in at 5-1. 3-1 on horse number 2, Jocular. To Sean Hazelwood, Jocular is in tremendous form. Has won her last 4 starts. And looking for win number 5. And Jocular is in at 3-1. 3-1 on stable companion Vividly. This one is has 1 start here in Barbados, 1 victory, 100% record, and is in at 3-1. Your 6-5 favorite, So Suave. What can we say about this one, Dean? We can say that
He's got a good form.
very good form from Woodbine. I want to take this time quickly to shout out all those guys at Woodbine. I know my cousin, Jefferson Beavergill. Good afternoon to you, sir. The Woodbine posse, I know that they are very, very strong on number 4, So Suave, partnered by Patrick Husbands. Again, one of the best jockeys who has ever left these shores, gone to Canada, and has done it all there at Woodbine. So Suave is in at 6-5, 11-1 on horse number 5, Inspired Adventure. As you said, Dean, usually a lightweight specialist, comes in today with 129 pounds. But the last time, and we got to notice this, the last time Inspired Adventure ran 3rd behind Jocular and William News with 128 pounds.
The thing about him is that to go fast enough, if you get a speed jewel up front, and I suspect you're going to have that with Bodhi Tap, who tends to like the front run, Jocular tends to front run. If they hook up on the front end and set ridiculous fractions, if there's anyone who could fall apart, if they ever fall apart at all, Inspired Adventure is one who will pick up the pieces.
And he's partnered by Kyle Carter, and I'm very, very glad to see Kyle Carter back in the Isles, the Irons here in Barbados. A very talented jockey, and I'm glad to see Kyle here in.
Yeah, it's really good to have
Inspired
the
Adventure.
Hitman back in town as well.
And number 6, Brilliant News, owned by the Hopefield Barnes, Sir David Seal, trained by Andrew Nunez. Ray Williams rides 125 pounds and is in at 4-1. Brilliant News last time out ran a very, very good second to Jocular. After a layoff from August, came in on Boxing Day, ran second to Jocular, going 15.70. But the time before that, on the 20th of August, going 1,800 meters, only with 115 pounds, granted, won by 2 3/4 lengths. Comes back today, 129 pounds. Can he upset Jocular? We will have to see that
Well,
one
he
here
was
today.
closing on her at that occasion, but she had set some fractions out
Yeah.
there that would really, she really ran them off their feet going on the back stretch anyway. And in all fairness, the Sean Hazelwood had already turned off the turbos, shut down the engine and was cruising home. So it may have looked closer than it ought to have been, but without a doubt, he's going to come into this race a lot better off than he was in that when they're trying with Bodhi Tap now.
It's going to give them a handful as usual. Body Tap usually stresses them out at the gates.
Yeah, I really do love this son of Bodemeister. But I will admit that I am guilty of being in love with just about everything I've seen on by Bodemeister. No, he really does stamp his progeny, and Bodhi Tap does fit that bill. Brilliant News looks really, really good.
Really well turned out this afternoon.
Of course, the question is, okay, I'm going to put you out on the spot now. Can anyone beat Charles Williams other than Charles Williams? The man has 100%.
He has a 100%
record.
record. He would have to beat himself. I would say.
And he has 2 in here.
Yeah. Everyone is going on So Suave at 6-5. I think Vividly. I'm going to go with Vividly today, Dean.
So you think Charles will beat Charles?
He should maintain his record going into the Gold Cup. I think that's what it
I
means.
always called him Prince Charles, and now I have to call him King Charles. If he wins the Gold Cup, we definitely would have to do that. As Vividly goes in, Jocular goes forward, and the last one to load will be So Suave. So Suave joins the lineup. They're locked away. Racing for the 2023 Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes over 9 furlongs. And the first one to show is Jocular. So Jocular is your leader with a mile to go from Vividly. Stablemates are first and second. Behind these is Bodhi Tap. So Suave is next. Along the inside is Brilliant News and Inspired Adventure. As expected is your early trailer. They turn towards us now with just over a circuit to run. And it's Jocular the leader from Bodhi Tap. Then on the outside, So Suave moving up. Then on the inside, Brilliant News. Vividly has taken the hold and dropped back to have one behind her, and that is Inspired Adventure. The opening quarter, well, we don't get the fractions yet as they head towards the 5 furlong marker. And it is Jocular, no excuses from traffic. She leads from Bodhi Tap. They're length up on the inside, Brilliant News, then So Suave. Behind these is Vividly, and Inspired Adventure is In Touch. The half mile completed in 50 and 1. They're around the far turn and head up the hill. They've got just about 3 furlongs to go. And it is Jocular, still the leader. Being pressed now by Bodhi Tap. Then there's a break of about a length to Brilliant News and So Suave racing as a team. Vividly, yet to be asked a question. Inspired Adventure is the last one still. They've done 6 in 1:15 flat. They've come to the quarter pole, and it's Jocular and Bodhi Tap who dispute the lead. So Suave is third. Brilliant News is next. Vividly is starting to roll. Inspired Adventure will need to sprout wings or have a disaster befall the others, and there are no more turns. And it's Bodhi Tap and So Suave coming right through and picks it up. Bodhi Tap on the inside, So Suave, Jocular, but it's going to be So Suave. So Suave wins the Coolmore, wins it by 3 from Vividly. Jocular third, then comes Bodhi Tap. Brilliant News, and last one home was Inspired Adventure, and the winner came home in 1:51 flat.
1:51 flat. The final time for the Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes and Trophy. What a tremendous horse race. What a tremendous debut for So Suave, and a grand return for jockey Patrick Husbands as we await the unofficial results to go up on the board.
Racing for the 2023 Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes over 9 furlongs. And the first one to show is Jocular. So Jocular is your leader with a mile to go from Vividly. Stablemates are first and second. Behind these is Bodhi Tap. So Suave is next. Along the inside is Brilliant News and Inspired Adventure. As expected is your early trailer. They turn towards us now with just over a circuit to run. And it's Jocular the leader from Bodhi Tap. Then on the outside, So Suave moving up. Then on the inside, Brilliant News. Vividly has taken the hold and dropped back to have one behind her, and that is Inspired Adventure. The opening quarter, well, we don't get the fractions yet as they head towards the 5 furlong marker. And it is Jocular, no excuses from traffic. She leads from Bodhi Tap. They're length up on the inside, Brilliant News, then So Suave. Behind these is Vividly, and Inspired Adventure is In Touch. The half mile completed in 50 and 1. They're around the far turn and head up the hill. They've got just about 3 furlongs to go. And it is Jocular, still the leader. Being pressed now by Bodhi Tap. Then there's a break of about a length to Brilliant News and So Suave racing as a team. Vividly, yet to be asked a question. Inspired Adventure is the last one still. They've done 6 in 1:15 flat. They've come to the quarter pole, and it's Jocular and Bodhi Tap who dispute the lead. So Suave is third. Brilliant News is next. Vividly is starting to roll. Inspired Adventure will need to sprout wings or have a disaster befall the others, and there are no more turns. And it's Bodhi Tap and So Suave coming right through and picks it up. Bodhi Tap On the inside, So Suave, Jocular, but it's going to be So Suave. So Suave wins the Coolmore, wins it by 3 from Vividly. Jocular third, then comes Body Top. Brilliant News, and last one home was Inspired Adventure, and the winner came home a 151 flat.
And we have the results posted on the board. 4, 3, 2, and 1. A victory there for horse number 4, So Suave. Second, the horse number 3, Vividly. Third, horse number 2, Jocular. And finishing fourth was horse number 1, Body Tap. 151 flat, the final time. And as we wait the winner to come back, it can give you so while we wait for the winner to come back, a grand performance on the day, very first run in Barbados. And it gives me the opportunity just to give you an idea of who's paid up for the first subscription for the Gold Cup. We'll pause on that as So Suave gets ever so close, and what a way to introduce himself to the Garrison Savannah. And Delicia Cozier just going over to collect her charge. John Mark Cozier, the trainer, is very much there. And the board is the winning jockey, Patrick Husbands, 129 pounds. And here comes the winner of the Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes 2021, So Suave, on his debut in Barbados. A 6-year-old bay horse by Make Believe out of Stylish One, owned by Delicia Cozier, trained by John Mark Cozier, and confidently ridden to victory by jockey Patrick Husbands, wins the 2023 edition of the Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes and Trophy, and I guaranteed it's on to the March 4th Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup for So Suave. Many congratulations. The groom is Harry Carter. Finishing second was horse number 3, Vividly, a 6-year-old bear mare by Charm Spirit out of Zero Gravity, owned by Jalicia Calendar, Mr. Darwin Clark, and Beth Koch, trained by Charles Williams, ridden by Enrico Pesca, took along 123 pounds. Finishing third was horse number 2, Jocular, owned by Darwin Clark, trained by Charles Williams, ridden by Tishon Hazelwood, 123 pounds. And fourth place went to Body Tap, horse number 1, owned by Mark Goodrich, trained by Roma Lovell. This is an 8-year-old bay gelding by Bodie Meister out of Body Tap, finishing fourth in the 2023 Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes and Trophy. What a tremendous horse race it was. And as I said, the stage is now set as we look forward to the next 2 months, where So Suave on debut comes up and makes a mark, put an exclamation mark there, with further improvement expected. Time fractions 26 and 1, 50 and a fifth, 115 flat, 6 furlongs for the 115, a mile in 138 and 2, and the winner stopped the clock in 151 flat. Up next is the afternoon's final event. This is a Jack Christopher handicap for 3 years and older horses, rated 35 to 15 for a purse of $13,500. Just going to take a look at those horses that have been nominated for the first subscription of the Gold Cup. Now that So Suave has put his name in the book to all comers. The 13 for that event includes Bolita, Brilliant News, Inspired Adventure, It's a Gamble, Jocular, Masaru, Mohawk, Ramsey Solution, Renaissance Frolic, Swerve, who we just saw won emphatically, Tallahatchie Bridge, Unnamed, and Vividly, who chased Swerve home. That's the 13 that have paid up so far for the Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup. Come the 4th of March, 2023. Race number 6 has just been declared official. Race 6 is now official. The winner horse number 4, Suave. Second, horse number 3, Vividly. Third, horse number 2, Jocula. And finishing 4th was horse number 1, Bodhi Tap. I'll give you some prices. The winner horse number 4, Suave, paid $2.20 to place. To win, $1.30 to place. $2.20 and $1.30 on horse number 4, Suave. For running second, horse number 3, Vividly, paid $2.30, 2.30. The exact of 4 and 3 paid $7.25, $7.25. The trifecta of 4, 3, and 2 paid $19.25, $19.25. Today's pick 4 at 50 cents paid $3,666.25. Today's pick 4, $3,666.25. And that was a 50 cents stakes payout. 20 minutes on the clock. So we're running of the afternoon's curtain event. So we're going to have a presentation of the Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes and Trophy. So the presentation being made to Milicia Kozia for the winning connections for the representative of Coolmore. So many congratulations to the connections of horse number 4, So Suave, on winning the 2023 Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes and Trophy, a Grade 1 event, and won in convincing style by So Suave. We want to take a special opportunity to thank the sponsors, Coolmore, for so graciously continuing to support horse racing in Barbados and sponsoring this event once again. And a big thank you to them for their continued patronage in supporting horse racing here in Barbados and indeed the world abroad. So, 12 minutes on the clock for the running of race number 8. I want to sincerely thank Mr. Mark Patridge for graciously presenting the trophy to Alicia Kozia of the Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes and Trophy, a Grade 1 event, won in convincing fashion by So Suave. Coming towards the end of a wonderful day of horse racing where $47,000 went a-begging in the Soca 6 sequence, and we look forward to the next opportunity to have a crack at that. Remember, our next race day is Saturday, the 4th of February, and entries for that race day will close this coming Monday at the office of the Barbados Surf Club at 10 a.m. That day is entitled the Valentine's Race Day, and it's the 4th day of the Barbados Surf Club first racing season for 2023. Entries for that day, entitled the Valentine's Race Day, will close in earnest on Monday, the 30th of January, right here at the office of the Barbados Surf Club at 10 a.m. We're heading down this home stretch, 11 minutes on the clock. Time for tips in Dash for Cash.
And now it's time for your tips in Dash for Cash with Lyndon Yard.
And we're on to the afternoon's High Five event, which is race number 7. The High Five today has a carryover of some $1,376.05, and we're playing for a purse of $2,000, a minimum guarantee to a single winner in today's High Five event. The horses are pretty much in the parade ring. The jocks have arrived for this, the finale, And the riders, their assignments are as follows. This is a Jack Christopher handicap. For 3 years and older horses rated 35 to 15. The purse is $13,500, 1,100 meters or 5.5 furlongs. Number 1 is Visionary, a Bison tongue tie his equipment owned by Mark Goodrich, trained by Rommel Lovell. Ridden by Aaron Daniel, 120 pounds is the weight on Visionary. Ruth, horse number 2 is the winner last race day. Owned by Andrew Pierce, trained by Robert Pierce. Ridden by Deshaun Gaskin, 123 pounds. And she is fitted with blinkers and a tongue tie. Number 3 is Life is Great. Ridden by Anderson Trotman, 123 pounds, blinkers and tongue tied equipment, owned by Huntsman's Farm, trained by Richard Dean. Is horse number 3, Life is Great. Number 4 is Too Majestic, to be ridden by Lester Edwards, 125 pounds, for the Sylvan Blanche, owned and trained 5-year-old chestnut horse who carries 125 pounds. Number 4, Too Majestic. Over the page, horse number 6 is Conflict of Interest, owned by Ian A. Racing, trained by Richard Dean, ridden by Antonio Whitehall. Want to welcome them back, jump back to the irons. Having journeyed back from Asabonia Downs, this is his first time around the track since he's come back. Want to wish him all the best. Good to have him back in the irons once again. He raced Conflict of Interest at 129 pounds, who's fitted with a tongue tie and a nasal dilator. Deshaun Hazelwood race horse number 7, New Money Honey, for Kenny Joseph. He's the owner and trainer. 115 pounds is the weight. And New Money Honey wears blinkers. Number 8, Hard Knock Life, an advisor, ridden by Zerrell Ford, 122 pounds, for all Louis Syndicate and trainer Greg Goddard. 127 pounds is the weight that Kyle Carter will catch. He raced horse number 9, Wilcox Valley, for D&G Syndicate, trained by Millicent John. And Wilcox Valley is fitted with blinkers and a tongue tie. Edelweiss is horse number 10. Ricky Walker is aboard, 116 pounds with blinkers. Victor Cheeseman is your trainer. And Levi Cadogan is the owner. Moving nicely along, we can pick up horse number 12, Social Distance. Ridden by Rashid Hughes, 127 pounds with blinkers and a tongue tie. Andrew Nunez is your trainer. And Lady Seal is the owner of Social Distance. Future Star, horse number 13, in the colors of Rainier Greenwich, will race under Rashad Knights, 119 pounds, and actually 121 pounds, the young man claiming 5 now, and is trained by Victor Cheeseman. And on the outside, horse number 14, Fool Me Not, to be ridden by Delano Lopez, catches 126 pounds, a hood, a tongue tie, and a visor. Are the equipment fitted on the Mark Goodrich owned and trained Fool Me Not, which is conditioned by Rommel Lovell. So, just to add some flair to it. So, we're looking for the high five in this event. And for this event, it's a very good competitive event. I'm going to take horse number 2, Ruth, drawn on the rail. Winner last time out, 7-2 in the betting. Has the position of the rail this time. I think last time he was drawn out in the field, out in post position number 6. Actually, came out of number 2 as well, so gets back the inside berth. Track conditions then was good to soft. There's the belief she's not at her best on hard going. She gets a firm track. 123 pounds is a repeat weight, but I'm going to take my chances here with her to get the job done here for owner Andrew Pierce, trainer Robert Pierce, and jockey Deshaun Gaskin on horse number 2, Roof. On my second lane, I'm going to take horse number 1, Visionary, 6-1 in the betting. I expect this one to be tumbling in the end. 120 pounds with Aaron Daniel up for Mark Goodrich and trainer Rommel Perkins Lovell. Form is good. Third, fifth, second. Life is Great, horse number 3. Relishes a little cut in the going, doesn't get that. We'll see how he handles this condition. He's 3-1 in the betting as a matter of fact. That's your favorite. Life is Great for Huntsman's Farm and trainer Richard Dean. Anderson Trotman, he earns 123. Is on my third line. I'm going to try to spice it up with some odds. I'm going to take horse number 8, Hard Not Life, on my fourth line. Just looking for a price. 11-1 in the betting. Ridden by Zerrell Ford. Horse number 11, Hard Not Life, for Greg Gordon, the trainer, and all of his syndicate. And to round out my high five, I'm going to take horse number 12, Social Distance, with Rashid Hughes. Lady Seal is the owner. Andrew Nunez, the trainer, and Rashid Hughes in the irons. So I'm going for a win here for horse number 2, Roof. From number 1, Visionary. Life is Great, number 3 on the 3rd line. Number 8, Hard Not Life on my 4th line. And number 12, Social Distance on the 5th line. So just about 5 minutes on the clock to the run of the afternoon's curtain event. Let me give you some prices from the top. Visionary number 1 is at 6-1. Roof is in at 7-2. Clear favorite in horse number 3, Life is Great. 2 Majestic, horse number 4 as the board changes. Suspect this one is out in the betting. Number 4 is in at 40-1. 4-1 on horse number 6, Conflict of Interest. New Money Honey, horse number 7, ridden by Tashawn Hazelwood, finds themselves in the betting at 8-1. 10-1 on number 8, and this is Hard Not Life. Wilcox Valley, horse number 9, 50-1. With Kyle Carter up. Edelweiss, number 10, is at 6-1. 8-1 on horse number 12, Social Distance. Future Star, number 13, drawn in position 11, is in at 14-1. And on the outside, Fool Me Not is in at 12-1. So the field is arriving up at the start. And with just about 3 minutes on the clock, it gives me the grand opportunity to say, welcome back home to former champion jockey at Century Mile in Rico Walcott. It's good to have the champ back home, back with us. Hopefully we'll see him in action on Gold Cup Day or maybe next race day. And he did well this year, finishing 3rd in the championship after having some health challenges. But he did well to finish out the season. And it's good to have him back home with us. And invariably we've seen like all the champion jockeys and most of the riders who ride abroad came home for the winter. It's good to have them with us and say congratulations to Rico Walcott, who's very much with us here today. 3 minutes on the clock till the running of the nightcap.
And we're on to the final race on today's program, the Jack Christopher Handicap, going a distance of 1,100 meters. And for the starters, weights, and jockeys, and the odds, I'm joined by Philip Burke.
Good afternoon, everyone, for the nightcap. And horse number 1 is Visionary. ridden by Aaron Daniel, 127 pounds is the weight, and they're in the bet, and he's in the betting at 4-1. On to horse number 2, and at 9-2 is Ruth, ridden by Deshaun Gaskin. Horse number 3, Life is Great, ridden by Anderson Trotman, carries a weight of 123 and in at 9-2 as well. Down to number 4, in at 45-1 is Too Majestic, ridden by Raheem Thorpe, and he carries a weight of 128 pounds. Flicking the page over to horse number 6, Conflict of Interest, ridden by Antonio Whitehall. He carries a weight of 129 pounds and in the betting at 7-2. 9-2, sorry. Horse number 7 is New Money Honey, ridden by Tashawn Hazelwood, carries a weight of 120 pounds and in the betting at 7-1. Hard Not Life, ridden by Xavier Ford, in at 10-1 with the weight of 129 pounds. Wilcox Valley,
In at 45.
in at 45-1, ridden by Kyle Carter, and he carries 127 to post. Horse number 10 is Edelweiss, ridden by Ricky Walker, in at 6-1 in the betting, and he goes in at 6-1. Social Circle, ridden by Rashid Hughes, he carries the weight of 127 pounds, and they're in the betting at 8-1. 8-1.
Number 13 is Future Star.
Future Star, ridden by Rashad Knights. They're in at 14-1, and he carries the weight of 126 pounds. And rounding out the field, horse number 14, Fool Me Lot, with Delano Lopez in the irons. He carries the weight of 106 pounds, and he's in the betting at 13-1. That is your field for the afternoon's nightcap race. Over to you, Neil. And before I hand over to you, just quickly, who do you like in this field?
Boy, this is going to be a very good race. To be honest, I have a very soft spot for number 7, New Money Honey. But based on the form in the race, I would say that we will have to go with the one who's going in at the favorite, which is horse number 3, and that is Life is Great. I mean, Life is Great has a win the last time out. I beg your pardon. His win came, I think that was going 9 furlongs. Am I correct in that one? I'm going on past memory.
Okay.
But we have here horse number 14. That's the one that I can also like. And that one is Fool Me Not. You know where I work, and I'm very close to the guys up there.
Okay.
And it was Fool Me Not.
And
who was the one.
Delano Lopez is not a bad jockey. I don't think that we have any bad jockeys at the Garrison. That's just my personal view. But I believe a lot in the talent of Delano Lopez.
Yeah, and definitely. And so let's look at the odds quickly. 9-2 on horse number 1, and that is Visionary. We have number 2 is in at 5-1. That's Ruth. And Ruth was a very, very, very good winner last time out. So we could understand why he's in at 5-1. 3-1 on number 3, Life is Great. Now going down to 7-2. 45-1. That's horse number 4, Too Majestic. And Too Majestic has not really shown anything as yet, and that would justify why it is right outside in the race at 45-1. Horse number 6, Conflict of Interest, as the board switches, is in at 9-2. 8-1 on horse number 7. That's New Money Honey, and that's the one I really have I got a real soft spot for that one. Then we have Hard Knock Life is in at 8-1, 68-1. I didn't see that one at all. That's Wilcox Valley. Wow, goes even further out now in the betting, 68-1. That's Wilcox Valley. The amount of Kyle Carter for the DNG Syndicate And you can see 68 to 1. I know my friend Lyndon Yard may very well have $1 or so on that. And as we say that, like it is Wilcox Valley who's going to go in.
up.
And we have 4 outside. Standing quietly is Ruth. It's also very good to see Antonio Swagger Whitehall in the irons this afternoon. So we've seen Patrick Husbands, Kyle Carter, Enrico Prescott, as we've seen, and now we have Antonio Whitehall. Very good to see him right in here this afternoon. So we have Visionary, Life is Great, and Fool Me Not. So we have in
Future Star.
Future Star. Future Star is the one who's being backed out. Has a lot. He's lathered up. What's horse number 13, Future Star, and is in at 13 to 1. So number 13 is in at 13 to 1. We have these 2 striking grays, Roan, and they try with Future Star. Edelweiss, jockeys sitting outside. Hard Knock Life. Zarel Ford. Up as Life is Great goes up, goes in, and the last to be loaded would be the pair from Wakefield area. That is Visionary and
Fool Me Not.
Fool Me Not.
Visionary goes in.
So Visionary backs out a bit. Let's see if they're going to get Fool Me Not. Visionary goes in. The last one is going to be Fool Me Not. Starters going to look them over. Fool Me Not, not interested. Standing quietly, Visionary, Ruth, Life is Great, Too Majestic, Conflict of Interest, New Money Honey, and that one is Hard Knock Life, Wilcox Valley, Edelweiss, Social Distance, Future Star, Fool Me Not. Oh, just getting Fool Me Not in the gates. This is a handful. This is an 8-year-old gray mirror by Zwick out of Funny Valentine. And I think those who remember Funny Valentine also used to give a world of trouble at the gates. She has passed this on to her progeny. They're very patient. And they got her in. Oh, they're all loaded. Set for start. For the final race on the program. On the starters' orders, and away they go. And Visionary was the first to show. It's about 3 or 4 of them bunched up, but New Money Honey clears out now, goes on by a length. Conflict of Interest is in second. Future Star in third, followed by Ruth along the rails. Then it's Fool Me Not. And then on the outside, traveling nicely, it is Life is Great. Then on the outside of Life is Great is Hard Knock Life. But then on the outside is Wilcox Valley, Social Distance. And at the back of affairs is Too Majestic. But it is New Money Honey in front. Yes, she is in front by a length from on the outside. Conflict of Interest traveling nicely. Future Star is running in third, and there's a gap of about 5 lengths back to Ruth, and the others have quite a bit of work to do as they come down to the top of the lane, and Conflict of Interest picks up the race on the outside. It's Conflict of Interest on the outside, motoring by it. On the outside is Fool Me Not, and down the stretch they come, and Fool Me Not picks it up. Here comes Life is Great, and even further, here comes Visionary. Life is Great is going to get home. Life is Great wins it from on the inside. Was Fool Me Not, Visionary, and Conflict of Interest in 107 flat. In a moment, the unofficial places for you.
Final time 1:07 flat for the running of the Jack Christopher handicap over 1100 meters as we await the unofficial results to go up on the board. Will the driver of J4639, can you urgently attend your vehicle? The driver of J4639, we are asking you to kindly...
On the starters' orders, and away they go. And Visionary was the first to show. It's about 3 or 4 of them bunched up, but New Money Honey clears out now, goes on by a length. Conflict of Interest is in second, Future Star in third, followed by Ruth Along the Rails, then it's Fool Me Not. And then on the outside, traveling nicely, it is Life is Great. Then on the outside of Life is Great is Hard Knock Life. But then on the outside is Wilcox Valley, Social Distance. And at the back of affairs is Too Majestic. But it is New Money Honey in front. Yes, she is in front by a length from on the outside. Conflict of Interest traveling nicely. Future Star is running in third, and there's a gap of about 5 lengths back to Ruth, and the others have quite a bit of work to do as they come down to the top of the lane, and Conflict of Interest picks up the race on the outside. It's Conflict of Interest on the outside, motoring by it. On the outside is Fool Me Not, and down the stretch they come, and Fool Me Not picks it up. Here comes Life is Great, and even further, here comes Visionary. Life is Great is going to get home. Life is Great wins it from on the inside. Was Fool Me Not, Visionary.
The results now posted on the board: 3, 14, 1, 6, and 13. As we look downstairs, the winner is already back here. This is horse number 3. Life is Great. Owned by Huntsman's Farm, trained by Richard Dean, and ridden to victory by 8 times champion jockey of Barbados, Anderson Tom Trotman. Many, many congratulations to the connections of horse number 3, Life is Great. And this is a 4-year-old chestnut coat by Jeanette out of Cinnamon Jane. The groom is Anthony Cronin, as I said, trained by Richard Dean, and confidently ridden to victory by Anderson Tom Trotman. Second was horse number 14, and that was Fool Me Not. This is an 8-year-old grey mare by Zwick out of Funny Valentine, owned by Mark Goodrich, trained by Rommel Lovell, and ridden by Delano Lopez, took 126 pounds into that second position. Third went to horse number 1. This is the inside drawn Visionary, the stablemate of Fool Me Not. This is a 7-year-old grey roan horse by He's Had Enough out of Lindsay's Star, owned by Mark Goodrich, trained by Rommel Lovell. So 2-3 here for Rommel Lovell, 120 flat the weight for Aaron Daniel on horse number 1, Visionary. Fourth went to horse number 6. And horse number 6 was Conflict of Interest, a 6-year-old bay horse by Copied Out of Set Sail, owned by A&A Racing, trained by Richard Dean. So 1-4 in here for trainer Richard Dean. And Conflict of Interest took 129 pounds with Antonio Whitehall, while finishing 5th to round out the high five of over $2,000 was horse number 13, Future Star, owned by Renier Greenwich, trained by Victor Cheeseman, ridden by Rashad Knights, took 121 pounds, and Future Star is a 6-year-old chestnut mare by Carpe Diem out of Aquarius Star. 3, 14, 1, 6, and 13. That's the high five for the final race on what has been a sensational day of horse racing. The Coolmore Home of Champions race day featuring the Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes and Trophy. That matter was settled in a time of 1:51 by So Suave, who made his debut a winning one in Barbados on the champion jockey Patrick Husbands in emphatic fashion to signal to all comers that Barbados is ready to defend the Gold Cup come March 4th, 2023. So, having snapped up the feature, this brings us to the end of the program, and we just wait for the race to be made official. Then I'll give you the payments to put a wrap on things. Just to let you know, you can get your lottery tickets come over by the drill hole quickly for the Mega 6. Tonight's Mega 6, which starts at $410,000. And you can also get tickets for the Super Lotto to be drawn on Tuesday. That is $6 million in excess dollars for that particular event. I'm just going to give you the correct figures, so get your tickets quickly. And that stands at $6,070,000. $6,070,000 for the Super Lotto jackpot to be drawn on Tuesday, the 31st of January. The next Mega 6 jackpot stands at $410,000. Then you can get your scratch tickets, very much available over by the drill hall and indeed inside by the grandstand. And you can also get your double draw tickets for the remaining draws tonight, 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock, and you can top up your phone. Our next race day happens to be Saturday, the 4th of February. Entries for that race day, which is entitled the Valentine's Race Day, will close this coming Monday, the 29th of January at the office of the Barbados Turf Club at approximately 10 a.m. Entries to close for the Barbados Turf Club's 4th day of its first racing season for 2023, entitled the Valentine's Race Day, will close this coming Monday, the 29th of January at the office of the Barbados Turf Club at approximately 10 a.m. in the morning. Certainly hope you've had a fantastic day with us here at the Garrison. If you are traveling, do travel back safely wherever you arrive from. And we hope that if you are staying, you will join us next race day and indeed try to get back for Gold Cup Day. It's the Caribbean Premier Horse Race. You wouldn't want to miss it. Saturday, the 4th of March, 2023. And just let me tell you, those horses which have subscribed to contest that event and the undercard as well, it is the premier race day in the Caribbean. You wouldn't want to miss it. Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup Race Day. At the moment, we have 13 horses nominated at the close of the first subscriptions, and there are as follows. Once again, we ask you to remove that vehicle that is very indiscriminately parked. If you could kindly remove that vehicle that's very indiscriminately parked so we can have access to where we need to. We will really appreciate your help and your cooperation. The horses that have taken entry for the Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup Race Day are as follows. Bodita, Brilliant News, Inspired Adventure, It's a Gamble, Jocular, Masaru, Mohawk, Ramsey Solution representing the United States of America, Renaissance Frolic, So Suave, who won the Coolmore Home of Champions Stakes. Will the driver of J4639 urgently remove your vehicle? The driver of J4639, we are asking you to urgently remove your vehicle. To continue the entries for the Gold Cup, first subscription, Tallahatchie Bridge, also representing the USA, and Kenneth Ramsey, a three-time winning Gold Cup trainer, Gold Cup owner. There's an unnamed and Vividly. So that's the 13 that have subscribed for the running of that event. The 13 for that event. We're also urgently asking all vendors desirous of having a Gold Cup stalls to come and pay urgently, since the spots are going very, very fast. The driver of J4639, if you can urgently remove your vehicle, the driver of J4639, we would appreciate you removing your vehicle ASAP. I can tell you that the nightcap has now been declared official. The official results 33, 14, 1, 6, and 13. And I shall endeavor to give you the payments for that event as well. And here we go. The winner horse number 3, Life is Great, paid $4.85 to win, $2.15 to place. $4.85 and $2.15 on horse number 3, Life is Great. We're running second, horse number 14, Fool Me Not, paid $3.60, $3.60 for Fool Me Not running second. Third was horse number 1, Stablemate Visionary, who paid $2.30, $2.30. The exacta of 3 and 14 paid $117.45, $117.45, the exacta for race number 7. The trifecta of 3, 14, and 1 returned $514.70, $514.70. The late daily double, the winner of race number 6, So Suave, into the winner of race number 7, Life is Great, paid $10.85, $10.85. The pick 6, or the Soca 6 as we call it here, has not been won. There's a carryover of $47,059.95. The high five in race 7 of 3, 14, 1, 6, and 13 was also not won. There's a high five carryover of some $3,020.70. The high five carryover of $3,020.70. That invariably brings us to almost the end, but let me do one other favor and remind fans of the cricket game to be played before the Gold Cup. This is to be played on the 26th of February at the Wanderers Cricket Ground up there in Dells Road to the left of the Garrison Savannah. And it features the Barbados Turf Club versus the Springhead cricket team. You're asked to bring your picnic basket, your folding chairs. Come out, have fun with us, frolic, and enjoy oneself. I want to thank the following sponsors: the Barbados Turf Club, Braden Stokes, Bubba Sports Bar, Mr. Carlos Apostle Aline, C31, D-Blaze Trophy, DH Pioneer, Nichols Bakeries, One Stop Fanta Shop, Rakelli Visions, Rico Daniel, RL Seal and Company Limited, Mrs. Cheryl John, and Springhead Management, who are all making a valuable contribution to make sure that day, the 26th of February, is a fantastic day at the Wanderers Cricket Ground. We're inviting all and one to come out to see the physio Boogles marshalling his troops against Kiasa and his crew. You won't want to miss it. It's a game not to be missed. Also, this is for Romel especially. For those of you who are participating in the scurries and the running races on the pre-Gold Cup line. Remember, there's a pre-Gold Cup line on the 3rd of February. This is the Friday before Gold Cup. There's a pre-Gold Cup line. Beginning around 3:30 in the afternoon. There are, I think, 4 or 5 scurry races. There's owners race, trainers race, jockey race. There's questionnaires pertaining to the Gold Cup, the past Gold Cups. There's plenty to be won, so just turn up, come out, have some fun. On the 3rd of February, Friday the 3rd of February, pre-Gold Cup betting will also be allowed on that day. And for those of you who are interested in the scurry races, entries for those races will close at the office of the Barbados Turf Club at approximately 10 a.m. on the 10th of February. Just let me give you the entrance. Those who have subscribed for the running of the Tanglewood Stakes and Trophy and the Spa Sprint, which will be a fantastic day of horse racing at the Garrison Savannah. The Tanglewood entries are as follows: Aries, Cabito, Despoiled Child, Hunter, Mikal, Nilos, People's Champ, Supermodel, Through the Rose, Undisputed, and War Eagle. And the Spa Sprint will see the return of Masaru, who will defend his title. He comes up against Bajan Azteca, Brenner Pass, Dominus, Jericho, Kitty Cat, Radio Flyer, Show the Money, Sir Jimmy, The Code, and Zaid. Entries for the second subscription is due on Friday, the 10th of February at the office of the Barbados Surf Club at approximately 4 p.m. So there you have it. And entries will also close at that time for the second subscription of the Sandy Lane Barbados Gold Cup to be held on Saturday the 4th of March. You wouldn't want to miss it. Tell a friend, to invite a friend, to bring a friend, as we are all friends. That brings us to a conclusion today. We hope that you had a fantastic day with us. And you know what to say? What a feeling at the end of the day. Life is great. On behalf of the entire team, Egan Gooden and the crew, members of the Barbados Surf Club, the directors, the commentary team, and of course the staff, which worked tirelessly hard today. We look forward to you joining us next race day, which will happen to be Saturday, the 4th of February, for the Valentine's Race Day. I'm Lyndon Yard saying good evening, goodbye, and God bless.